Last night I had a dream. I was sitting in the gleaming sun. My feet were up along with 4 more pairs belonging to each of my best friends, probably people I hadn't seen since I was 10, finally together again, properly. We stayed out and laughed until the sun bowed out and introduced the night, and the barbecue upon which we cooked remained our only source of light. "Let's do this every summer," my third best friend exclaimed to the others. They agreed, stood out their seats, and held each other in embrace, wrinkled, ignorant smiles sewn to their face. Joe raised a glass and the others followed rapidly. I tried to attend, but I was angrily dragged from my fantasy and awoken savagely by a bespoke and cranky old man on the TV telling me I need to stay inside, on the basis it's my civil duty to remain isolated and save lives. It's easy to believe time has been wasted, but it's all right. Open your mind and think of what others are going through. He's 28, furloughed, just wants to see his kids. His loneliness and depression stay at a 2-meter distance. She's 55, scared. She tested positive last week. At night she's alone. She really struggles to breathe. He's 85 and just wants to say bye to his wife Selena, but she's dying in the hospital and he can't even see her. She's 38, 3 kids. Her husband's had a stroke. Children want to visit daddy, but she has to tell them no. He's 7, afraid of what his dad will do when he cries, stuck inside with a monster. He has nowhere to hide. She's 22, graduated and on the front lines, barely got a degree, but now she's watching people die. This world is a sinking ship. The water's rising rapidly. It floods the hold substantially. At least the agrophobes seem to be going down happily. It would be so easy to write this off as a catastrophe. Instead, I casually wander up to the bow, sit on the highest point so I can gaze at the chaos below, people running and screaming, rioting and stealing. Most stay in their cabins, terrified of leaving. To the quick, ignorant scanner, it's full-blown anarchy, while the captains on the top deck who have only shown apathy look down passively, shrug off the casualties and jump on TV saying this is satisfactory. It's not easy to feel good in these tough times. Being stuck inside for too long starts to eat you alive. I really hope most of you feel fine. My mental health is questionable at the best of times, and recently I've started to feel like we're in some kind of hellhole. Since when do we get excited about a death toll? We've stopped really caring about for whom the bell tolls, instead counting down the days until we can get a Greg's roll. It's so weird feeling vulnerable when you're safe behind 4 walls. Because boredom is tough. But losing a loved one is tougher. Before you go to the beach, think of your sisters and brothers, your fathers and mothers, and 4 billion others who might be finding it tougher. Yeah, you can't go to the gym, but does that really mean you've suffered? Because if we let it get worse, it would be a real shame now. Benedict said it best, we're in the endgame now. The pot of gold is in sight across this dreary rainbow. The laws may be laxing, but we still need to stay home. But you don't need me to tell you that. So as I take one last look up at the commanding devils, I find my perfect spot atop this submerging vessel, and amidst the violent wrestles around me, something catches my attention. I'm not sure how I didn't see it before, but there's hundreds of passengers willfully remaining in detention. When the freedom we've always known is a stone's throw of being abolished, I'm astonished at what this human race we have can accomplish. Thousands working together, creating a positive mind. The world wears a mask, but pull it up and you'll find. She's 32. Her and her daughter paint a rainbow. Grandma smiles and claps when she sees it through the window. He's 41. Finished work with his soon-to-be spouse. Now they drop off shopping to people trapped in their house. She's 19 and decided to give up her free time, chatting to lonely elderly at the end of the line. He's 25 and using his 3D printer has created hundreds of PPE for frontline workers. She's 56, stacking shelves, never took a break, essential, working hard while the rest of us stay safe. He's 100 years old, has lived for a century and racked up 32 million for the NHS charity. I look at the crowd happily and finally I begin to think with some clarity that there's so much good sprinkled throughout the bad, and honestly, it gives me great pleasure to know that the world is a sinking ship. But hey, we're all on the same boat.